The Senate of Liberia has finally, come to, terms of understanding with Pavi Ford, the construction company from Sierra Leone. Um, Regarding the 255-kilometer road construction that we talked about, I think a month and a half ago, right? Pavi Ford, President Walker gave a deal to Pavi Ford to construct 255 kilometer of roads in Liberia in multiple places, right? And he had to, of course, give the contract to the Senate to rectify it, to review it, to see whether it's a good thing for Liberia, and then they can give their go ahead before it can happen. But the Senate have revised the contract and the deal, rearranged it a little bit from a BOT contract, which is a build, operate, transfer contract, where the contractor or the company will build a road, they will operate the road for a certain period of time, then they will transfer it back to the owners, right, to the government. That was the initial deal, but now the Senate have revised it a little bit and turned it into the what they call the PPP, which is the public-private partnership, where the financing of the entire construction will be shared in certain percentages between the government and the company, right? And the company, the private company now will be responsible for the construction and the maintenance of the road for the next 25 years, right? So the government will pay about 40% of the finances, and the private company will pay about 60% of the finances. And you have to understand this is a 255-kilometer length of roads throughout Liberia, which is valued at about 364 million. So 40% will be about 140, 140 something million around there. So Liberia, the government of Liberia will be responsible for that one, and the remaining of the money, the remaining 60% will be provided by the contractors, by the public pool contractor, and then they will maintain the road also for the next how do you call it, for the next 25 years. And unanimously the Senate agree on it, like everybody in the Senate, say yes to that deal. They're trying to build their reputation up. We're trying to build our country. It's a win-win situation. But again, like I said, I never thought that we could have gotten a better deal from Pavi Port than the BOT deal. But what do I know compared to the senators, right? The senators came together and they came with this brilliant idea. Instead of the BOT contract, they build, operate, and transfer contract, which would take a long period of time. God knows when they will get their money out of it when they're operating the roads. They rather do the PPP deal, which is the public-private partnership deal, which would take lesser amount of time, and as a matter of fact, a specific amount of time. And you are not the only person that is paying for the financing. We're sharing the financing. We're sharing everything, right? And you will also be forced to maintain the road for the next 25 years. Maintenance, meaning if there is any, what they call it, what's the word? If there is any spoiling of the road or damages whatsoever, you will be forced, you'll be contractually obligated to, fix it for the next 25 years. That is a very, very good deal. I mean, I never thought that we could learn something like that, but that is a very, very good deal. So again, kudos to the Senate for this, deal. It's 100% good, and I can't wait to see everything in motion.